Representative Kinner.
Here.
Representative Larson. Representative Schwartz.
Here.
Representative Simpson.
Here.
Representative Stith.
Here.
Representative Walters. Chairman Nicholas. Let's go.
Second. Do you want a reminder what it does or do you care? Mr. Chairman, this delays it a year and then it also adds the ability for them to hire a special magistrate, special master and a magistrate.
Representative Kinner.
Aye.
Representative Larson. Representative Schwartz. Representative Simpson.
Aye.
Representative Stith.
Aye.
Representative Walters. Chairman Nicholas. All ayes do pass.
Sure. I was going to take the win. Mr. Chairman, this is the bill that moves the Council for Women's Issues from the Business Council over to the Department of Workforce Services. It was a joint committee bill that we voted on as a joint appropriations committee, and it's come back through from the Senate back to us now. Any public comment? Seeing none, well, please come on.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Bill Winnie, Sublette County. Some years ago, I had occasion to support my wife in an issue with a school district, and it went through the Department of Workforce Services. Did not like what I saw. I think this is important because it will move a different perspective into the Department of Workforce Services. And you have some bills, some items, whatever in your budget as you construct the budget that ought to be fully funded. And I believe this is one of those. Subject to your questions. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Winnie? Appreciate your comments. Any other public comment? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Motion on the bill.
Move the bill.
Moved by Walter, seconded by Kinner. Discussion? Seeing none. Question?
Representative Kinner.
Aye.
Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative Schwartz. Representative Simpson.
Aye.
Representative Stith.
Aye.
Representative Walters.
Aye.
Chairman Nicholas.
Aye.
All ayes do pass.
Okay, Senate File 59, Game and Fish Investments. Public comment.
Morning, Mr. Chairman. Brian Nesvik, Director of Wyoming Game and Fish. I'm going to have Deputy Director John Kennedy talk about the Game and Fish's perspective on this bill and answer any of your questions. He's been working this pretty intensively.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. As you know, this issue associated with Game and Fish investments, actually, initial discussions took place with this Joint Appropriations Committee, so we appreciate that support. As you know, currently the Game and Fish funds are invested in two accounts right now through the State Treasurer's Office, the Pool A account and the State Agency Pool. Currently, the only Game and Fish funds invested in Pool A right now, which in the past have had a higher return than the State Agency Pool, is the Commission's Wildlife Trust Fund corpus, which is about $33 million. That's all we can invest through the state treasurers into Pool A. All other Game and Fish funds are invested in the State Agency Pool. So very simply put, this bill would give the Game and Fish Commission the flexibility to have other funds besides the Wildlife Trust Fund corpus invested into Pool A.
It's nice to have extra money to invest. Okay. Any comments? Any other public comment? Close public comment. Motion on the bill.
Move the bill.
Moved by Representative Walters, seconded by Representative Schwartz.
Question?
Question being called. Roll call.
A question for the.
A real question. Too late.
A real question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I know it would be a total guess at this time, but any idea how much of these funds you'd want to put into Pool A? Just if we're asked, just trying to be able to answer, is it 5%, 8%, 20 million, 50 million, how would you perceive deciding how much and whatnot?
Mr. Chairman, Representative Walters, that's a good question. At our commission meeting, that was a discussion of our commission. They weren't so sure how they would approach it either. They just very much support the flexibility to do something. As you probably saw in the fiscal note, because this is hypothetical, we could only provide examples until the commission decides how much of their operating fund they would like to put in there, but they currently have a reserve. During the last several years, our expenditures have been less than our revenues, and our commission's been able to build a pretty good reserve account, which is 7 months operating expenses. That's currently $44 million that they have set aside. That was an example of what could be invested by the commission that would make sense to our commission. And that shows a return of little over $645,000 based on the rates that we saw in Pool A last year. So to answer your question, I think that the only concept that's been discussed by the commission is that reserve at this point, but they haven't made that decision yet.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure who this question is for, but could someone remind me of how this came up? Did you all bring this to us, or is this something that we noticed and said we need to try to provide an additional opportunity for the game and fish?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, good question. As I mentioned earlier, the initial discussions were actually through a member of the Joint Appropriations Committee with Director Nesvik, and then Director Nesvik took that concept to the commission, and the commission agreed that that would be something that would be a great opportunity to have in the future if they chose to invest in a higher return.
Okay, all right, good, thank you.
Chair, thank you. Yeah, John, I'm just looking at the list of the funds. So the biggest one obviously is the game and fish. That's currently about 100 million. Is that correct?
The game and fish, so the commission currently manages a few different funds within their budget. They've got about an $82 million standard budget, an annual budget that occurs every year to keep the lights on, get our people on the ground doing projects. The reserve, as I mentioned, is about $44 million. And then they've got another about a $33 million in there that's discretionary for them to allocate to projects to get it out on the ground. And are you looking, Representative, are you looking at the fiscal note?
No, I'm actually in the fiscal data book looking at a list of all the funds. And that's what I said. So what you're talking about then would be the trust account too? Is that's 3 million?
Correct.
Okay. You've got conservation, you've got an easement fund, and all those are the ones we're talking about potentially going to Pool A for better returns.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. They will close. Any more public comment? If not, we'll close public comment. Question moved by Representative Schwartz, seconded by Representative Stith. Any further discussion? Seeing none. Okay, roll call.
Representative Kinner.
Aye.
Representative Larson.
Aye.
Representative Schwartz.
Aye.
Representative Simpson.
Aye.
Representative Stith.
Aye.
Representative Walters. Chairman Nicholas.
Aye.
All ayes do pass.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
How many goats did they get yesterday? Goats. I heard they were flying over and shooting them. 50? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think it's marked for you, Mark. Okay, Senate File 98, is that next? Any public comment on Senate File 98? This is the Federal Emergency COVID Relief Fund, Joint Appropriations Bill. Closed public comment.
Mr. Chairman, this is the bill that puts a deadline on when the governor can do this as of March 26th of next month.
Okay, we'll close public comment. Motion to move the bill. Moved by Representative Simpson, seconded by Representative Kinner. Discussion. Seeing
Question.
none. Roll call, please.
Representative Kinner,
Aye.
Representative Larson,
Aye, sorry.
Representative Schwartz, Representative Simpson,
Aye.
Representative Stith,
Aye.
Representative Walters.
Aye.
Chairman Nicholas.
Aye.
All ayes do pass.
So we have two young ladies in the audience. Why don't you come up and tell us your names? Come on.
Have a chair.
You don't have to, but